You guys wanna know what I did right before I sat down to film this? I literally went to YouTube and I typed in Disney dance workout. And you wanna know what? I danced. And I feel better. 20 minutes ago, I felt like I just wanted to take a big old nap, but nothing a little dance party can't fix. And I have that and some other really great hacks that I use to be more efficient with my time. And we're gonna do it right now. Let's do this. Okay, my first hack is use timers. The reason that so many of us talk about timers is because timers work. And the reason why is you are far more likely to be productive when you have a set start and end time, and that start and end time is not very long. If you are a mom and you like very recently had very small children or a baby, you know that weird phenomenon that happens when that baby happens to take a decent nap, or somebody takes your toddler for a walk for 45 minutes and you are the most productive person you have ever seen in your entire life because you got a time. You're like, I got 45 minutes to get everything done in my life, and it is happening now. I love using short timers to get things done around my house, setting a 10-minute alarm, a 5-minute alarm. When you have those short alarms, it is very attainable. Like, I can give it 5 minutes. I don't care how tired I am. I don't care what is going on. Like, I can give it 5 minutes, right? And so it's motivating in that way, and we tend to be far more efficient with our time when we've got that start and end time. Okay, number 2, like I mentioned, get up and move, okay? I will never stop talking about my little theory that I have, and I know it's not just the theory I have. I'm sure there are people who have studied this at great length, and it is a body in motion stays in motion, a body at rest stays at rest. When you are resting, when you are sitting around, it is a lot easier to sit around. You feel more tired, you feel more lethargic. Probably because, I don't know, you're sitting, your blood's not flowing. Anytime I get that like groggy, I'm not really feeling like it kind of feeling, I get up and move. Definitely takes some willpower to force it, and that's why, let me tell you, type in Disney dance workout or like Disney dance party into YouTube. I don't know the science behind it, but it works. Just try it. Give it 5 minutes and tell me you don't feel better. You don't feel a little more ready. You're gonna, and then you're gonna come back here and you'll be like, Callie, you were right. Number 3, break it down into tasks. This is a good one for me when I'm feeling really overwhelmed about where to start. Take whatever the task is and you're gonna break it down into things that you can do in 10 minutes or less. Maybe you need to like clean up your bedroom, okay? So break it down into tasks you can do in 10 minutes. One is pick up all of the clothes and put the clean clothes away. 10 minutes. Another task is organize the nightstands. Another task is wipe down all of the surfaces. Another task is make the bed and tidy the, I don't know, shelf. Do you have a shelf? I don't have a shelf in my bedroom, but maybe you do. Final task is like vacuum. Okay, now you have broken it down into 10 tasks. Start with one, work your way through it. I love working in sort of batches when I'm working on a project because what happens when you complete a task, your brain gets happy. It releases dopamine. It's like, heck yeah, I completed that. I'm feeling great. So if you made yourself a bunch of small attainable tasks that you can do in 10 minutes, you're gonna do the first 10-minute task. Heck yeah, I did it, dopamine. That's gonna give you motivation to do the next one. As opposed to, I need to do the entire bedroom. Where's the motivation? Where's the dopamine? You gotta get the whole thing done first. Another way that I use this that works all the time at my house is if we had maybe like a really crazy afternoon, like on Thursdays, my older 2 kids have swim lessons. We come home, we have family dinner, then we usually have like a little hangout time. I try to tidy a little. The kids do a 10-minute tidy before bed, but then it's like bedtime routine crazy. I come downstairs, it's usually kind of madness. And I look at it and I'm just like, no, I can't, okay? How do I tackle this? I break it into tasks. I like to start at like one end of my house and I sort of like will complete the entire living room space. So if there's stuff in the living room, say I left a cup of water, I'll take the cup of water and place it in the kitchen, but I'm not cleaning it out. And then I can get that entire living room space totally tidied, usually a couple of minutes because I'm focusing just on that space. And I feel great because that space looks good. And I'm like, all right, I want that for the dining room. I move on to the dining room. Same thing, if there's still some plates left out, they go to the kitchen. I'm not cleaning them. In the sink, maybe that's the best. I'm tidying that dining room space and I'm getting it looking beautiful. Dopamine, I feel great. I can move on to the next one. I'm telling you, it really works this way when you can kind of batch your tasks in a way that you're allowing yourself to complete something and feel good about that completion in about a 10-minute span. Okay, number 4, have a brain dump. I love this. I use this all of the, hold on, I need to show you something. I love brain dumps so much that I developed an entire organization and scheduling system around it and literally developed my own planner. If you don't know, this is it. This is the Caffeinate and Conquer Weekly Planner. And it is designed completely around the original idea that you start everything that you're going to do in life with a brain dump. There's a brain dump section. Every week in my planner has 2 pages. It has a weekly spread. This is kind of your brain dump page. This is what allows you to just write down all of the stuff that you need to do. You can't rely on your brain to hold on to this information, and if you are relying on your brain to hold on to this information, you are going to be left feeling overwhelmed all of the time. You are going to be running around constantly, like in a state of fight or flight, like constantly knowing there's more you're supposed to be doing and you're not getting it done, and you are just going to be at level 100 all the time. Take it all, brain dump it down, write down everything that needs to get done, everything you need to work on. Let it just come out and you write it down onto a piece of paper. It is extremely cathartic. Once you can see everything at once instead of trying to like mumble it all around in your brain, it is a lot easier for then you to take it and start to prioritize it, to start to schedule it out, to start to identify which ones you really need to be working on now, which ones maybe aren't as important. And it allows you to then start to schedule it. In my planner, that's where you go over to the next page. There's the weekly blocks, and this allows you to sort of jot down like, okay, I can do this one this day, and then this day I'll do that one, and you sort of get that idea, and you can sort of start to take your brain dump and get an idea of what days you're gonna be working on it. And since I'm going ahead and plugging my planner, I'll just tell you now, then the next page, these are your daily blocks, and then you can start to block out which things you're doing in which days. And again, this kind of goes back to my same idea about giving yourself like things you can complete and then feel good about. That's why I love blocks of time in my day, and I love time blocking, because I can sort of look at a block, I can have a couple of tasks that I want to do in that block, I can do those tasks, I can cross them off, and I'm like, great. And then I can move on to the next one. I know exactly the next thing that I'm working on. And that just works really well for me and for efficiency. And honestly, that's why one of my sort of next hacks is really to plan out your days. And I'm not talking about like a minute by minute thing. You're not like writing down at 8:20 I'm having breakfast. You're just getting a general game plan for your day. Again, that's why this planner took me like 2.5 years. This is why this planner works so well for me, because sometimes my plan for the day is just that I've jotted down the few things I'm doing that day, and that's all I got to. Some days I'm able to come over to the time block and I'm able to really jot it down more in depth. Whether I get to this one or the other one, at the end of the day, just having a general game plan for my day makes all of the difference, because I know exactly what I need to accomplish that day, and I'm not sort of spending any time wondering where to start and what to do next. We waste a lot of time wondering what we should start with. Okay, next one is get rid of your phone. Just see ya. I have shared with you guys that I have been using my phone a lot less. This was something that was really important to me and my husband in 2023. My husband actually switched over to a dumb phone, and for me, I have to have a smartphone for my business, but I got an I never can remember if it's RO box or Aero box. This box has changed my life in so many ways. It essentially is a box that hooks up to an app that is on your phone. You pay either a monthly or annual membership. When you put your phone into the box, it starts a session. There's something extremely motivating about keeping that session going. So if you take your phone out of the box, you lose your session. Well, you don't lose it, the session ends. And I cannot tell you how night and day it was in my life to have my phone less. How much happier I felt, how much more efficient I was, how much more productive I was with my time. Our phones are such time sucks, and I'm not trying to be anti-phone in any way. There's a lot of great things on phones. I still like going on it. I chat with you guys on social media. There's a lot of things I enjoy on my phone, but I think that they are hugely distracting. It's very easy to fall into bad habits with them of constantly picking them up, and you can learn to be a lot more mindful with your time if you use them less. I don't really know how to explain it any other way than just to say you should try it. If you try putting down your phone for large chunks of time, hours and hours of time, you're gonna feel really free, is all that I can say. If you're interested in trying the RO box, I have a link in the description box down below, and they did give me a promo code that I think gives you your first month for free if you sign up for the annual membership. So I'll have that information down below if you want to try it out. All right, my final hack is to consider outsourcing where you can. I have been on this big kick of testing out different ways that you can outsource tasks. Mostly for the purpose of testing so I can make videos about it. So you guys have seen some of my videos I've done. I hired a professional organizer to try out. I hired a professional interior designer to help me design a space in my home, a virtual like personal assistant company to see if like that's something that's worth it. I have done outsourcing my laundry. Now here's the thing, all of these obviously cost money, but if it is something that is financially available to you and it is something that you can easily outsource and delegate so that you can free up that time for yourself, it's a huge win. And it doesn't need to be an all or nothing thing. For example, the laundry company I use is basically an on-demand laundry service. So it's kind of like Uber for your laundry. You open the app, you request a laundry professional, and they're gonna come that same day to take your laundry. They're gonna wash it, they're gonna fold it, they're gonna return it back to you by the next day. So this is something that I can just use if my to-do list has gotten way too long, or it's been a really crazy week, or like somebody is sick or whatever. I can outsource that so that I can be more efficient with the time that I do have. I also have a promo code for them if you are interested that's gonna give you your first wash for free. I'll have a link in that description. One more hack that I use a lot that I say to myself, I probably say this to myself like 50 times a day. I'm constantly saying it to myself, but I constantly remind myself that I'm never gonna feel like doing something. If there's a task that you're avoiding, that you need to get done, that you need that efficiency for, and you're not feeling it, you're probably never gonna feel it. You're not gonna feel like it tonight, you're not gonna feel like it tomorrow, and you're not gonna wanna do it in 20 minutes. Like, you're never gonna feel like it. And so you might as well just do it now and get it over with. I use this the most in the mornings. I am an early riser. I like to wake up at 4:50 in the morning. I don't bounce out of bed. I'm not like, woohoo, morning person, here I come. No, my alarm goes off and I'm like, shh, you shut up over there. And I sit there for a minute, think about hitting my snooze alarm, and I say, Callie, you're never gonna feel like it. You're gonna sleep that 10 more minutes, and then you're not gonna feel like it again in 10 more minutes when that alarm goes off. I'm not gonna suddenly all of a sudden wanna wake up. Why force myself to feel like that twice? You're never gonna feel like it. If you just get it over with now, then you don't have to sit around sort of like still avoiding it and wondering when it's gonna come. All right, my friends, that does it for some of my efficiency hacks that I use to be efficient when I'm not feeling it. When I'm not feeling super productive. These are little tips and tricks and mind hacks that I use on myself pretty much every day. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Remember to be kind to yourself and others, and I will see you all in my next video.